Hi Taylor, I'm excited to see your piece. Um, that is such a strong logo. I'm super impressed with that. It totally looks like a corporate logo that might be famous. You did a really good job with that. I think you have a talent. I'd like to see other logos you do. So, okay, so let me turn this to 100. What did I say? Acrobat. All right, so the kerning on this is on this right away, brand standards guides is a little off. In fact, the letters look a little fat, so I'm wondering if you put a stroke on them. If not, what you want to do is get in between the letters that have a little more space or a little too tight. Hold down the Option key on your keyboard, and at the same time use the left and right arrow keys, and it'll nudge the letters so that it doesn't look like there's uneven spacing. So do you see what I mean? The A, look at the space between the A and the N, and then look at the space between the I and the D. See how they're so super different? That happens when you get free fonts. You know, they just don't use the same software that Adobe might use. So to fix that, you just adjust the kerning. All right. So that's smart too that you put last updated. I like that too. I mean, I can't say enough what a strong logo that is. All right, fantastic. All right, what am I looking up here? Okay, it's just gray. So again, you're going to have to kern that too. Sometimes I don't mention kerning because it's so subtle, but at other times it's not subtle, so you really do have to fix it. That looks beautiful. Excellent aligning. Great complementary sans serif font with the red letters, red numbers. And I love the clean, thin line. Beautiful. Excellent. Okay, very good. Great, you understood this. You're telling the world what the font is and what they're allowed to use. One thing you need to do is you want to be consistent with repeated elements. So for example, all of the headers on the page, like table of contents, signature, typography, you've got those all one font and all one size. You want to do the same thing with body copy. So let's say all body copy starts at this margin all the way through. The leading, the space between the lines, is always whatever this is, and the paragraph font size is always whatever this is. So if you do that throughout, it'll just look really tight. So you do it for this one. Also, another graphic design picky detail is like super strict. I know it sounds crazy, but once you start doing this, you'll start to see how tight and professional your work will look. So let's say you're looking at that word signature. You can see the space between the top of the S and this line here. That might be a centimeter. I don't know metric that well, but let's just say it's a centimeter. And then over here, I don't know, what is the size there? So just try to be super consistent. Align the type, use the same leading, use the same size. And you can see right here, I do like how that's aligned, so maybe you want to align it the same up here, but the font size suddenly gets bigger. So be consistent throughout. And you don't want to say I, because you want to pretend like you're a big giant company, which you could be. But that looks beautiful. Very nice. Oh, gosh, I love it. If there's any competitions for students in branding, you totally should enter. I can't say enough good things about this. Okay, this is my favorite page for everybody. The incorrect. Look what they've done. It's funny. This one is interesting because it is sort of close to what you might see people do. All right, so I'm about to turn the page here. I hope that you followed your own rules on your stationery, but that looks nice. If you have time, it looks impressive to put like the centimeters or the pixels. So you can say like the width of this is exactly 6 pixels or whatever, and it has to be proportionate. Okay, real nice. Beautiful. You know, again with this popsicle stick shape, you might want to make it look like your T or your L inside the logo. I think that's a good idea, I have to say, because it just reflects the logo again. All right, so this is overall very well done. Mwah, beautiful logo. That's my final comment really is to just get in there and be really consistent with the repeated elements. Let me know if you have any questions.